Hey guys, so I am here with Baby Puck Santana, and he is the Puck Sculpt by Lillian Briefville Dash Dress. Today I am going to talk to you guys why I changed him, and this is going to be a moment of real truth. It may be an unpopular truth, but it is really going to be the truth, and something I've been thinking about, and it's been on my mind a lot since I got Puck. So you know how I love, to shop, or buy new dolls all the time. And of course, I'm very big on, real sculpting, beautiful sculpting, as well as, great painting, stuff like that. The whole art part of, piece of my hair is on him. The whole art part of my babies. I don't know what it is about Puck that just is so special to me. I know that I absolutely adore the sculpting on him. Very impressed and amazed that I really like him so much. I think his face is just so cute. Lillian babies have a lot of character, like the Claire babies, to me, and I like babies that have personality into their face, along with realism. Now, what I'm about to say is not to take away from any of my other dolls in my collection, but at the same time, I'll be very honest with you guys. After I got Puck, instantly, of course, it was all about, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. And as you guys know, in the process of waiting on him, some of you guys may not know, but I never saw pictures of him until he was already shipped. And then I wasn't even very clear pictures. I just got like a sneak peek. So I actually pretty much saw him for the first time with you guys. Oh my God, his veining is beautiful. But he, so when you buy the kit from Lillian, the kit starts at $2,050, and then, you can add, partial armatures, or, the armatures just at the elbow and all this stuff you can add on. If they have eyes, you pay extra, a little bit extra for the eyes, I think, or something like that. But let's see, so you're trying to see it, so you guys get all of him in the frame. But so his kit is as expensive. She does offer layaway up to, I don't know how many months. I don't want to say the wrong amount of months, but a long layaway if you need it. But where's his diaper? I know I brought a diaper in here. Oh, there it is. Okay, but so it's just gonna depend on, he's still got his diaper on backwards. It's still gonna depend on, how much you pay for the painting, of course. Some painters charge one thing, some people charge another. That's gonna depend on your final cost of the baby. However, I can assure you that from 2,000, you're not gonna jump all the way up to 10. But what it made me realize is that although, yeah, he doesn't have the squishy tummy, he doesn't fold in half, he doesn't have the armatures in his legs, which I absolutely like that he don't have the armatures in his legs. He doesn't have a drinking wet. He's just, a basic Equiflex 20, which I found to be super soft with him. He feels great. I mean, especially, I love how soft his little face is. It is like so amazingly soft, like no effort, but what I found is that I fell, in love with this baby like so much that even when I pick him up, I'm not so focused on the fact that he doesn't have the squishy tummy. I'm not focused on all those features that Jade has when I have him. And what it tells me is that, okay, this is gonna sound bad. I know, I love Jade, and I'm not planning on getting rid of her or anything like that. But what it made me realize is that I can love an inexpensive doll, or a doll that's, far lesser expensive, just as much or more than than paying all that money. And so when I got my second baby, which is Zadie by Claire Taylor, which is, of course, second market, I still paid quite a bit of money for it. And he's very soft. And I do, he doesn't have squishy tummy either. And I do really love him. I do prefer to buy directly from the artist, but second market can be great because you can get it cheaper than what the original price was. But to me, it's like I feel kind of like from here on out, I'm not chasing all these extra bells and whistles and pay all this extra money. To be honest, I just, for one, I can't afford to keep doing it. For two, a part of me feels somewhat foolish. And I know that sounds crazy coming from me, but a part of me feels somewhat foolish for jumping out here and spending so much money when I've been so so afraid to step out and venture and buy a kit or buy, you know, something that was different or something that was sculpted differently from, you know, Claire or whatever. But this baby has opened my eyes up to, you know, I don't have to have all that. And, you know, and I say this for the people that feel like they're not winning if they don't have, you know, the most expensive doll in their collection. I just saw another artist post a picture where she painted the Mac, which is the open eye window kit. Is sold out though. And he looks so adorable. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I could, like, there's painters out here that's charging like $600 to paint a full body silicone. I could literally have, now I paid, I'm not going to discuss how much I paid, but of course it wasn't that, you know, when you go into biracials and depending on who you got painting for you, it's not going to be that cheap. But I'm just saying basic, like, if I could buy a kit for $2,000 or $2,500 by the time you do armatures and all that great stuff or whatever. Let's say $2,500, and then pay another $600 for someone to paint it and have a nice baby for, you know, $3,000. But of course, you definitely want to get it painted nicely. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys some of his details. But I thought I would come on and be the first one to admit that I feel like sometimes we overdo it, and I think sometimes I overdo it. I'm gonna speak for myself. I feel like I've overdone a lot of things in my collection just because I want the best, and I want this and I want that. His hands, this hand here is, all the fingers are separate. This thumb is even separate in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. His thumb inside is even separate. It's just bent over, but you can't pull it, of course, that way. But it's still separate. And then his fist is bald, and it's actually like a really sculpted fist. You know, sometimes I hate that the fist just looks like it don't have a real nice sculpt to it. He has raised little baby bumps up here, and then he has this little umbilical stump, his little navel, like it's gonna fall off, but it's attached and it's not removable. He doesn't end up with a hole in his belly. All his sculpting, like, is so realistic. Like I'm not gonna get into his, you know, bottom area, but it is very realistically sculpted as well. His legs has a very true form to them. They're shaped like really sculpted nice legs. They're not just noodles. He has little knees and stuff. There, you know, all the things that most people don't do in their sculpting. And then his ears. Oh my God, I love his ears. And they come away from his head, and they're soft, and they're kind of like floppy. So I'm like always careful when I'm changing them because I'm like, oh, his ears is like very soft. His mouth. He has a. I don't think I'll be able to show inside there, but no, it's not gonna show. But inside his mouth is he has a tongue. He doesn't have, like I said, a uvula, but it doesn't matter. But he has a tongue in there, and it kind of sticks up a little bit. He does have the jointed head, but like I said, it doesn't like stick away from his body, so that's, you know, really good. So we lay him on his back. Oh my goodness, I just love this baby. So like I said, he's very soft. He feels almost as soft as Jade. So, and being that he's poured by Claire Taylor, I guess that's one of the reasons too that I feel like I'm not missing out on quality. And Lillian is a real, nice sculptor. So, Claire sculpting is, definitely still my favorite, but Lillian is not far from that in my opinion. And they just have different sculpting styles, but I could see myself becoming a huge Lillian fan. But his back, it does look like he kind of have somewhat of a spine, but it's not that crocodile look like I tell you guys I can't stand. Let me turn his head this way because it looks like he's like smothering, and I don't like that. So you guys can see how his neck does touch to his, it doesn't like separate. I don't know how to explain it, but it's something that I just absolutely hate. And I always try to find a realistic pose to do with the arms when they're on their back. But anyway, so this is his back. His feet, he does have a lot of little wrinkles or details sculpted in the bottom of his feet, and one is more than the other. Look at that one. You see, and all these toes are separate. The other one is together. He does have the smaller area like the babies have. I don't know, I should have put his little diaper on. Let me see. He has a little cute butt, but it's not like the greatest butt. I don't know, a lot of people just seem not to the butt don't be their strong point. I like babies with cute baby butts, but his is not bad. But yeah, so the sculpt is really nice. That's all my point is that the sculpt is nice. And I don't want to go too long, and I'm about to have to stop here because I don't like to go too long in my videos. But, and I didn't finish getting him dressed. But my whole point is to say that don't beat yourself up. Don't go spend unnecessary money when you can have a beautiful baby that you will truly enjoy just as much as the most expensive baby. I think it's all about, for me, the feel of the baby, the pouring. Now, for you guys that, are big and don't have a cuddler already, and I don't know how much you want to cuddle, to be honest, because, no, he's not going to be as cuddly as Jade. He's not going to be as cuddly as a reborn, because like I said, this core part, it doesn't really bend a whole lot. Like I stated before. But because his legs are so floppy and the rest of him, like he's so soft still, I still can cuddle him in my arms and he still feel okay. It's not, I guess what I'm saying is, it's like, if that is the most important to you, then yeah, you're going to need to spend top dollar to get that. My thing is, now at this point, I have to have a quality, like, feel of the silicone. Like, I need the silicone to feel nice, and I like a smooth pour. I don't like see-through silicone, so that's why I kind of look for artists that may have clear pouring for them, because I'm familiar with her silicone. There are other people out there whose silicone is not see-through, like Jenny Lee. I've seen her dolls, and their silicone is nice. What is that lady name? Laura something. We saw her baby at the doll show. Janelle something, I think. I forget. I don't know. But her silicone isn't see-through. She has a very, like, I don't know, almost like a porcelain look to her doll's silicone color, which was nice too. It was different, but nice. But yeah, for me, sculpting is number one. The feel of the silicone and the quality of the silicone is major to me. And I do like a soft core for the ones that I cuddle with, but and maybe it's easier for me to say that because I already have a baby in my collection that has it. I can't really say. But now that I've experienced it all, I feel like I've kind of, I don't want to say wasted, but I feel like I could have done without some of the extras, to be honest. Really. And I don't know, I just really love this particular baby, and it just made me feel like I've, spent a lot of money out on buying multiple silicone babies when, oh my God, I know this is going to sound really, really bad, but literally, I would be okay if this is the only doll that I had. Like, I would just be okay with that. and probably Jade. Jade, it's more so her skin tone and the way she feels, yes, is a big thing. Like I said, I don't regret that purchase, but would I go out and do it again? No. Because I already have one, I don't think I'll ever spend that much money again on another silicone baby. So that's just my take on it. This is kind of big. I didn't know if to put that on him or Rio. So he may take this off and let me go on Rio. Say, because it's looking pretty baggy, and I like the way his little head fall back. Like, you know, it's really nice. I really like him a lot. It's just something so special about him. And it's really, too, it's the painting is a big part of it. But then another huge part of it is the sculpting of his face. I love his face. I love his feet. I love his hands. And those are all the big things that I'm big on. Like, I just love the sculpting just as much as I love the painting. I think they came together really well. I don't know if he's going to keep this on, though, because it's so baggy on him, but that is how newborns fit. And I know this is a long video. I don't do very long videos that often. I'm just kind of talking my way through it. So if I sound kind of disheveled and my video seems kind of like all over the place, that's probably because I don't like sit and study a script before I record. But I did want to come on and make that point to you guys, and I'll be the first one to say that I feel like I've really like overdid it in my collection. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that sounds bad, but I feel like I've been buying and not slowing down and enjoying the babies. And I felt really, really bad when I bought Rio after I saw him. And I was like, after I saw a pup, before I even got Rio, I was like, oh my God, why did I buy another baby? This is all I needed. So if you get in that situation where you feel like you need to buy a baby in between another baby, you might want to try everything possible to discipline yourself and pause so that you don't regret it later because you're not giving yourself a chance to enjoy the first thing that you bought. Now, I got Rio and I fell in love with Rio, so now it's like I thought to myself, well, oh, I'll just sell, you know, him when he come, or I'll just sell, you know, another baby, because I'm not one of those people that will back out of a sale. So I'm like, oh, I'll just sell him or whatever. And it's like, now it's like, oh my God, I love him too. And so yeah, it's like, and it's because they're like so different. All my babies right now are so different. Even though Puck looks on pictures closer to Lizzie picture color, they're totally different skin tones of light skin. Lizzie is more on the red side with the reddish, you know, the red blushes and stuff like that. He's more warmer. He's more closer to like the key would be like have more Indian or more black in him or whatever, to me, in my opinion. And Lizzie is more towards a really more stronger biracial color to me. I don't know how to explain it, but my daughter, I think the reason why she looks more like Lizzie is because her father had like the red lips and very fair skin and all that stuff. So she came out looking like Lizzie. And I know a lot of people like to get into the whole skin tone thing, and you know, I have 5 kids, and 3 of them are like 3 different shades of real light, and then one is more closer to my color than, you know, Gabby is dark skin. So skin tones matter to me because it's what I relate to when I see the babies. Like they, if they remind me of one of my kids when they were that age range, or you know, this or that, you know, that is something that, you know, draws me to the doll. So yeah, I do talk about the skin tones, and no, it's not one is more is better than the other. It's the whole thing to come together. So for me, Puck is my favorite right now. And you know, maybe like I said, maybe the newness will wear off, maybe I'll feel differently later, but I feel like I could have just stopped with Puck. Had I got Puck first, I didn't need another doll. That's just my opinion. But again, you know, this collecting, a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it can be so addictive. And you have to be careful because you will outspend or overspend with the accessories and with the trying to keep up with the latest, you know, doll. It's like the latest fashion, you know. I'm guilty of that. I've done that, you know, and it's more so because I'm thinking like, oh, you know, this doll, I wish it had this, or I wish it had that. It's not that I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. It's not that I'm trying to say, oh, so and so got this baby, let me go get that baby. It's just that it's like I look at my collection and it's like I feel like I'm missing something, or I need something more, or something, I wish I had this, or I see something and it's like, oh man, I like that. You know, that would have been really perfect in my collection and all this and stuff. And then I go to the next thing. But when you find that one, and I know a lot of people go on and on about Lizzie, and the Gabby sculpt is amazing, and her painting is gorgeous. But again, she was a no frills baby for a reason. She's like, oh, I don't want to say, she's more of a budget baby, so her detailing is nice. And it's far better than most that's on the market. I probably, yeah, in her price range, she's definitely better than all that's in her market, as far as painting and sculpting and all that stuff, the whole package deal. But she doesn't compare to this baby. Like, you know, like if I put her next to him, he outshines her. And I can say that because this is my collection, so I can say that. And he outshines her, so it's like, but those two babies, I really like their painting styles, which is totally different. Sometimes simplicity is nice. So I don't know. I do this to myself when I buy dolls. I don't know if a lot of other true collectors do this, like they compare their babies and look at them. And I know we can love them all, and yeah, that's great. But where I'm at now, mentally, financially, and just the whole collecting thing, I'm trying to get to a place where I don't want to keep spending. And I know that I'll always be a collector. So next year, I'm sure I'll buy another doll at some point. But I know that silicones are my absolute favorite. I know that reborns, I still will always have, you know, one or two for reborns, especially since I can paint them myself now. But in all hearts and heart, I don't feel like I need to go out and spend, you know, $15,000-$20,000 on a doll anymore. Now that I've seen what it looks like to have a baby for lesser money that's just of quality, and I'm not saying I won't, I won't go into that. You know, yeah, I might 4,000 or 5,000 or, you know, like that, you know, maybe still something that you might have to spend to get a quality baby, you know, even 6, and that's a lot of money, you know. But I'm just speaking for average people with average income. I just wish that people would be honest in their feelings and their experiences and their emotions with other collectors. So some people that don't have that strength, or feel like they don't fit in because they don't have the most popular doll or the most expensive doll, would know that you could have something that you truly love and enjoy. It just don't have to be that number one doll. And there's nothing wrong with collecting the most expensive doll either, because like I said, if you want that squishy core and that you know, all in one piece, you know, neck and the flop and this and that, you're gonna have to spend, you know, top dollar to get that. So anyway, thanks guys for listening. I know this has been an extremely long video. I could go on some more, but I see that I'm already approaching almost 30 minutes, and I don't even know how I'm gonna speed this up so that it don't be so long, and maybe it just have to be. But we'll talk more in another video. If you guys comment below and want to hear more about